Welcome back to the channel, Toshi Gang. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a good weekend and is back rested and recharged. You watched some football. My Patriots, I'm from Boston. We won. We're 2-2. Things are looking good in that regard. Now let's dive into Toshi. So obviously this week in all of crypto is going to be kind of slow. Why? Because the biggest conference year-round is taking place right now, Token 2049 in Singapore. It starts Wednesday. It ends Thursday, but since it's a Singapore event, people are flying in from all over North America, Europe, Asia. People basically flew in yesterday and today. They'll be flying out back home maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So the whole week is kind of going to be a wash. I predict the markets will maybe be flat or probably rise slightly. I'm not expecting any major pumps. I'm not expecting any drops either. But next week is a different story because a lot of blockchains, a lot of projects who are at the conference, they are going to be making big announcements at the conference. And then the impact of those announcements are probably going to be felt next week. You combine that with the fact October 1st is upon us. I am predicting the next few weeks after this week to be very bullish. And before we dive further into Toshi, if anyone is interested in a Twitter space in the morning, just like a good go-to general crypto news Twitter space, I join this one, the Crypto Breakfast Club, pretty much every day as a speaker. This one goes Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern New York, Boston time. It runs about 2 hours, 9:30 to 11:30. I'm on there about 4 or 5 weekdays a week as a speaker. If you would like to come in and listen, join. If you even want to come up and grab the mic and just say a little piece, go ahead. We will accept you as a speaker. This is one I would highly recommend. Again, I'm on this basically every weekday at 9:30 a.m. Now let's dive into Toshi. Here's the Toshi 12-month chart. The project's been around for almost 2 years. 12-month chart is one of the best 1 years I have ever seen. We have basically higher highs, higher lows around every 2 months or so. This certainly looks like a chart screaming, I am ready to send, like I did 9-10 months ago back in January when we got the Coinbase listing. Then this spike here is just almost as impressive. This one was in early May, not driven by any specific Toshi news, just the whole market was pumping, meme coins in general. It was just one of those, 2 to 3 seasonal spikes that happen each year. Toshi ran from 150 million all the way up to 420 million market cap. That's almost a 3x, about a 2.7x in less than a week. Again, Toshi did 2.7x in less than a week just based on the market pumping, meaning October 1st is in 2 days. We know that October is generally kicks off altcoin season, and we have been consolidating, trending slightly upward for so long. It is just only a matter of time before a spike happens. And if we look at the 1 week chart, we are again still holding up pretty good from the big news last week. 2 weeks ago, we had the up-it listing. So the technicals are looking good. Now let's see what the Toshi community is up to on crypto Twitter. Base Floyd, he pointed out the only other major meme in the green in the past 30 days is the OG meme Dogecoin. So yeah, I verified this right here. So here are all the large cap sort of OG memes. Toshi on the 30 days leading the pack, up 24% on the up-it exchange listing that happened 2 weeks ago. Dogecoin, it's up 10%. It started to heat up the last week for no apparent reason. I think people are just trying to front run Pumptober. That's all, but all the other ones are down. Pepe down 5%. Floki and Bonk getting wrecked, down 11%. Farcoin down 21%. SPX, which was the hottest coin a month and a half, 2 months ago, it is down 8.5% on the month. What else do we have here? It is worth noting the Toshi Dev Coco is in Singapore this whole week, so it's unlikely any major Toshi announcements would happen this week, but you can't rule it out because if it's an exchange listing, Coco has already signed the paperwork with the exchange, and then the exchange decides at their own leisure when they want to list the coin. They do not tell Coco or anyone else to prevent insider trading. So an exchange could just say, okay, tomorrow we're listing Toshi, or they could wait, who knows, but it's safe to say, at least on Coco's front, any announcements that he would be making, those aren't going to happen this week. He would be pushing that back to at least next week. On the exchange front, here's a good tweet. Market conditions are now perfect for a Binance listing of Toshi this week. I would say within the next couple weeks, not necessarily this week. I do think it's unlikely it would happen during Token 2049. The Binance usually likes to wait until the whole market and memes are kind of pumping. So that I think could very well happen next week or the week after. I do think the market is going to rise this week, but Binance has a heavy presence at Token 2049. So I would think maybe within the next 2 to 3 weeks, very ideal time for this Binance listing to occur. Then this community member, Kev, he put up a good tweet here. Toshi is for everyone. The Blue Cat continues to grow every single day. The Blue Cat community continues to grow. So it seems like just a simple tweet, but amongst all the meme coins I covered, Toshi is the only one where engagement and then viewership numbers, comments below the videos and tweets has increased increased over the last like 2 months or so, because the market's been kind of flat or down the last 2 months. So every other meme coin I cover, the engagement has kind of stayed the same or just down slightly. No, Toshi, it has increased. So those are the metrics you look for a coin, for a project that is just set to pump. Once base change starts popping, once meme coins start popping, and once the market starts popping in general in October, as you all know, is my prediction. What else do we have here? As we approach the end of the cycle, not betting on coins that are highly liked by retail is a mistake. Methinks Toshi will make a generational run very soon. Yes, it is a very retail-friendly coin. And retail matters because when we have these seasonal pumps like we're going to have in October, like we had last early May, late April when Toshi had that 2.7x pump, and like last December, January when we got the Coinbase listing and everything was pumping, Trump had just taken office, it's retail that drives those pumps. Retail comes in 2 to 3 times a year for a couple weeks, buys and sells coins, and then they leave for a few months and come back. It's the retail heavy coins like Toshi that pump the most. Anyways, that's it for now. So not too many new developments or announcements. I expect this way to be like this. I do expect the market this week to trend up gradually, Toshi as well. And then we just got to be patient for, in my opinion, another 1 or 2 weeks. And then I think it's parabolic time. That's it for now. Do your own due diligence. Drop a comment down below. Toshi Army. Hit the like comment. I will be back later in the video. Bankrupt signing out. Catch you later.